Hey, what is going on, guys? So the Can Squad custom contest has concluded, and I'm here to announce the winners for y'all. So first of all, I have to say a big thank you to just number one, everybody who entered the contest. Thank you all so much for entering. It's not really so much for me, but a chance for you guys to try something new, either trying a new type of model kit, trying a new type of technique, and entering the contest. And then it's also a chance to obviously win some really cool prizes as well. But we definitely saw some really cool, really creative entries in here. I think for a lot of people in this contest, probably was their first time ever building, or at least especially like painting and customizing this series of model kits. It's a quite unique, quite niche set of model kits here, the Can Squad unit series. So I hope that you guys, those of you who did enter, I hope that you enjoyed working on these kits. And those of you guys who have not yet checked out these kits, I would highly recommend that you do. They're a lot of fun. I enjoyed working on my custom build. If you missed that, you can go back and check out that video as well. But of course, we also have to thank USA Gundam Store for making it all possible. As always, guys, check the link in the video description. Check out everything there on USA Gundam Store, where obviously you can get these kits, a lot of other great stuff on there too, paints, tools, supplies, everything you guys need. And then thank you to the couple of awesome guest judges who helped me out with this contest. Chris Pabs, returning guest judge, great guy, great content, great modeler. Check out all his stuff. There will be links for the judges down in the video description below, as well as Cobra Pla, another great guy, another awesome modeler. Really great to have both of them on board. Awesome to have their expertise in terms of judging the contest, which we did earlier this week. And we got some really cool entries here. I think one thing that you guys will see is that we've got some really creative uses of these kits, especially with the winners, but we do have some really cool runners up, which I want to show you guys here as well in a moment. Before we get into that, ultimately though, for this contest, we only ended up with 20 finished entries, which is not a whole lot, although I wasn't necessarily expecting, a ton of entries with these model kits being so niche. As I said, they're rather niche. They're not so widely available. On the plus side, they're very nicely priced, like for what you get for them. You get a lot of really cool stuff in the box for them. They also kind of come with their own kind of level of difficulty. I think maybe for some people, they weren't necessarily comfortable working on something so small. So that may have also been a little bit of a barrier for entry for people joining the contest. But anyway, I promise you guys next contest is going to be something more kind of widely appealing, and we'll talk more about that in the future. But for now, like I said, we did have some really awesome runners up, which I want to show you guys before we get into the winners. So here, take a look at some of those. All right, so now that you guys have seen the runners up, now let's get into the winners for this contest. So first of all, we're gonna have a top three, and then we do also have a special prize, which is going to go to someone who is gonna be selected by our friend and distributor who is behind Simp Pro models, models, decals, and tools, supplies, and stuff. Also partially responsible for the production of the Can Squad series. So we wanted to give him the opportunity to award a special prize as well. I'll be announcing that later. I don't have that pick in from him yet. I wanted to get the winners out to you guys, but I will announce the special prize winner later on. But for now, third place prize is going to go to our friend Goblin Teeth here for his awesome little vignette. It's a set of 2 customized Can Squad units here, which you can see kind of on this floating kind of asteroid here in space. Really great work from him in terms of just the paint finish, the weathering on these, the colors used, I think are really, really nice. That's always going to be the first thing that's going to stand out on these, is just the quality of the finish, and this one has just some really high quality. Aside from the finish, then the customization on there is really nice. You can see there's a mix of different parts used for the 2 different units. In particular, the thing that I liked was the customization of the added cloth coverings on the kind of ground unit there. And me being familiar with Goblin Teeth's past work, I know that that's kind of like a staple of a lot of his custom builds, and I think it's done really well here on this one. And I do really like the colors of that as well. Even though there's not any LEDs used, the candy metallic orange used for like the visor on the one unit, and there's some like metallic blue used in the thrusters on the backpack of the other unit. Just kind of the way that they catch the light almost make it look like there's an LED in there, like it's lit up. We've got a nice composition of the 2 suits parts here arranged, and again, just the quality of the finish overall is just kind of what really made us kind of go for this one for the third place position. Just really nice work done on that from Goblin Teeth, so congratulations. And then up next, we're gonna go to this awesome custom build here from Lorenz, where he's basically kind of took a bunch of parts from different Can Squad units and rebuilt them to make this awesome kind of interpretation of the Sahelanthropus from Metal Gear Solid 5. That looks so cool. Myself and the other judges were all very impressed with this one. It's just such a great use of all the parts. Going through there, I mean, just having worked with these kits a lot, I can kind of go in and pick apart like which part of this is from which kit. As I mentioned, I think at the start of the contest, that you're certainly allowed to use other non-Can Squad stuff, but the more creative you are using just kind of mostly all Can Squad parts, that's certainly going to help in terms of the judges. You know, when we're having to decide the winners, you know, keeping in with the spirit of the contest, the more creative you are with the use of the Can Squad unit parts in particular, the better. I should say, I guess there is a few parts in there that are not from Can Squad kits, but it's majority of that. Like the shield in particular, I think that's maybe just like scratch built or taken from something else. I'm not entirely sure, but almost everything you're seeing there is just repurposed Can Squad parts. And again, the paint finish, the quality of the finish work too. So it's not only a good concept, but it has good execution with the colors used, the paint finish, the decals on there. Everything just looks really nice on this. So awesome presentation as well. Great work on that. Okay, and then that brings us to the number 1 entry, and this one kind of, when we saw it, and I think when you guys see it too, you'll kind of see why this one was a pretty easy fit for first place for us. Just the quality of this one is just kind of just even that much higher than everything else that we had here for the contest. Chris's custom entry here of this Vienna sausage Can Squad kit. He kind of went with the whole canned idea and just ran with that, and so he's got this can of Vienna sausage. Even the label on the can, I want you guys to take special note of. He made a customized label there for the can, and then he's obviously got the sausages and the juice exploding out of the can with the Can Squad unit there up top, jumping out of there. And just the customization on this, not only is it just a very creative idea, the execution is just really top notch as well. The quality of this, the paint, the customization, everything on there, just really nice quality. You can really see the level of attention to detail in this. There's a lot of things just kind of as you look around the kit and see it from different angles, you can really kind of appreciate all these little bits here and there that is with like the little actual like can pull tab details that he added onto the kit. Obviously the parts of the arms and legs that are remade as bits of sausage, the sausages in like the backpack container there too. So a lot of really cool stuff with this. And again, the main thing that I can stress with this is just going to be not only just the presentation, really nicely photographed and presented here for us to judge, but also again, just the quality of the finish. That was kind of like the main thing that we saw for the 3 winners of this contest in particular. And that was kind of the main thing that really kind of separated them, you know, aside from just like creativity and the colors used and the customization and all that. But especially when it comes to contests, you just really have to make sure that you have that quality execution of the finish of the work. Is just really what's going to make your kit stand out in the contest, and we saw that in particular with these. So again, huge congratulations to the 3 winners, everybody else that entered as well. Again, thank you so much. We saw a lot of really good creativity in this one, and especially what I talked about quite a bit in with the other judges when we were doing our judging is that I really appreciated the fact that I could see that people were trying different things. And you know, maybe I could tell looking at certain entries, because I've seen so many different contest entries at this point throughout the years, that I can kind of tell when it's, you know, someone's maybe like first or second time trying a technique where like I can tell they're trying something new, they don't quite have it down yet, but I appreciate the fact that they're trying something new for the contest. That's kind of the whole point. And that's why I really enjoy doing contests. So for those of you guys that you did try something new for this contest, you know, you deserve all the respect. You know, maybe if you didn't even win this time, I've seen contestants, you know, throughout my contests over the years, you know, certainly progress. Even we talked about this while judging as well. Even Cobra Pla, who was our guest judge for this one, has entered a number of my contests in the past. That's how I was familiar with his work. And even from going from his first contest entry to now where he is at as a modeler now, you can see that progression. So I mean, it's all a matter of just kind of pushing yourself, and if you want to improve, just trying new things. And maybe it didn't work out for you this time, but you can try it again, learn kind of where you kind of maybe didn't get it quite right, and then just improve the next time. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. I will include at the end of the video here, of course, as always, a montage of all of the entries so you guys can check all those out. But like I said, we only had 20 of them, so there's not a whole lot. You've kind of already seen like half. But as I said, everyone who entered deserves their recognition here at the end of the video. But again, thank you to our guest judges. Thank you to USA Gundam Store. Thank you to all of you guys. The next contest will be announced in the near future, so just stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for all of your support, liking the video as well, always appreciate it, and subscribing if you're not yet subscribed. That way you don't miss the announcement for the next contest. Every time when I have announcements, there's always like, I get messages like weeks later or months later from people saying like, oh, I missed the announcement. Like, well, if you're subscribed, you'll not miss any future announcements. So just saying. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.